Hello, friends, how are you? Welcome to Opinion Land, the land of opinions, reviews, and yes, Don't Move. One of my favorite movies of Penelope Cruz. Yes, it's an Italian movie, though she is a legendary actress from Spanish origin with a huge package of great Spanish movies, and then she has an also great portfolio in the Hollywood movies and other places. And then this Italian movie, Don't Move, Non Ti Move, which had a cast Penelope Cruz at her best in acting, in her presentation of her character, and Sergio Castelto, who was the writer, director, and of course producer and the male protagonist, the main lead of the role as well. The movie revolves around flashbacks and the current situation, and about the memories, nostalgia, about the lost love, and about the memory of a beloved who is no more in this world. Dr. Tometio, who was on a journey and was stayed at a bar, at a local bar, and felt so much heat and wanted to have a call, and asked a local passerby, a woman who was in ragged clothes, an Albanian origin woman with bright red high heels. He asked her that if he could make a call from her home, and yeah, she agreed and took him with her. But he took the advantage and felt like that she is a kind of a woman who could easily be used, and raped her, and then felt nothing in a way, but that woman was shattered. She was not the typical woman who could sell herself for the sake of money or for anything. She was all shattered, all tattered. Her past was so difficult and so disturbing that she could not think of any heaven, paradise, any pleasant moments, and the romantic life, or the leisure and the luxurious and the life of pleasures. Then the Dr. Tometio realized that he actually craved and desired for the woman named Italia. Yeah, she was in her mind, heart, and soul, and he kept on being at her place. She was not the in any way beautiful. Penelope is extremely beautiful, but in this movie, she presented herself in tattered clothes with a very rugged look, and she was not desirable. But he felt something. He felt that there is something different. He belonged from an elite class. His wife was very elegant, beautiful, everything. She had all the qualities of a good wife, but he was in love with this Italia and wanted to be with her. And the story started with a doctor whose 15-year-old daughter Angela had an accident and a head injury and was fighting a battle of life and death. And doctor is so disturbed that he goes to the glass window and look outside and see a woman sitting on a distant chair, and he felt like that she resembled someone, and her bright red heels made him feel like clueless. He was amazed that it was Italia who came there, and then he wanted to be with her, but she left that place. And then the story began in flashbacks. He was so much in love, but Italia had a very difficult past. She was abused as a child by her very close people around her, and she was living on her own. She was poor. She was very disturbed, depressed, nothing to think of. But the doctor gave him a hug. Doctor who had everything, that luxury, that great life, wanted to abandon her, abandon his wife, and to be with that woman, Atalia, because she won his heart. She was different, she was raw, she was close to nature, and she had a heart of gold, and they had a passionate love affair. Then one fine day he discovered that his wife is expecting and he is on cloud nine, but he came to know that Atalia also expected a child of his own, and he was in a kind of desperation, a strange, joyful, difficult situation. But Atalia came to know that the doctor is having a kid from his legal wife. So she thought of, she just looked at them from a distance, buying clothes for a newborn, and then she had a decision to go for miscarriage from a local gypsy, and that turned the whole situation. When the doctor, apart from all the things, all the luxuries, the beautiful wife, and expecting a kid, everything, came to know that Talia had just abandoned their child just because she wanted him to be with his wife and to have a stable life and to forget her and wanted to get rid of his life. It made him feel like so regretful and so ashamed, and the kind of guilt that made him feel so disgusting. And at the same time, he made a decision that this woman, Natalia, is actually his love of life, and he can't think of being away from her, and just asked her to be with him, and they moved on a journey to some far off land. He asked her. Atalia was not well. She was not well at all. She was already not well from due to her depressions, anxieties, her nostalgic psychological issues, and there were so many problems with her. And now she was not well with her physical condition after having a very disturbing miscarriage. So she accompanied him, and they were on a journey. And there a time came when they stopped at some place, and he proposed her because he was ready to file divorce against his existing wife and to marry that woman, Natalia. He proposed her with a ring and for a vote of lifetime. She knew that she won't be living for a long time, and did acting Penelope at her best. Wow, what an acting! Both actors did the finest job, and that is one of the main reasons that this movie, Don't Move or Not the Move, won several awards. It went to many festivals and won critical acclaim. It was released in 2004, and still it's one of the most watched movies of Italian cinema, not just in Italy or or in Europe, but all around the world. If you haven't watched it, you must watch it. I won't tell you the exact end of the story, but it's tragic that he kept on asking her that would she stay with him for a lifetime, and would she do this and that, and she just kept on nodding. And then there was pain in her belly and her body, and she was shivering, shaking. And he was a doctor. He took her to the nearby hospital. He treated her by himself. There were no specific equipments, but he did all the surgery by the things available. He was like his soul was getting out of his body. He wanted to save her, he wanted to rescue her. He did all his best, but things didn't work. The only thing left was the pair of red heels, coat shoes. Yes, one was kept at some other place, and one was with him for so many years. And after 15 or 16 years, when his daughter was fighting a battle of life and death, and Penelope was sitting outside. Her soul or her memory, or she was a kind of support for her, because she was no more, she was dead long ago, she was dead. But she came to save her, or it was his parapsychological sense, his metaphysical relation, soul connection with her dead beloved, that made him feel that if she would stay there, his wife, his daughter would be fine. His wife will not face the tragedy. He won't face the tragedy of death of her young kid. And yes, she survived, and all left was a single red shoe in the middle of the entrance of the hospital. He went by, looked at it, and then came back. Yeah, it's something, it's heart wrenching, it's soul jerking, it's something out of life. There, it's your heart gets goosebumps when there are situations, both the doctor and Italia, when they are together and they are having their tough time, they are exchanging their words, and at the same time she's telling him about her childhood, about her miseries, pain, and that she was never ever able to be happy.
Success, glory,
And
for
in this movie,
achievement
I
of
heard
your
that
goals.
dialogue, which
Don't stop at
still
any
stays with
place
me.
just because you
that
are
when
in
he
some low
talked to
mood,
her,
you are facing some difficult times, hard times. The
wife,
environment is not
and
in
then
your
later
favor,
on to
or
his
your
colleague,
set goal
who was
not
also a
as
lady.
successful as you thought.
He said very
One failure
clearly
doesn't mean
that
you cannot succeed.
he
Important
doesn't
thing,
know
an important
where
lesson of
the
life.
people
Keep on
who are dead
moving
go
with
by,
optimistic approach.
but he
Learn
definitely
to
knows
live with
that
failure,
where
and
they
learn to
stay. Yes, in our
learn
hearts, in
something
our
from
souls,
your errors,
and
mistakes,
it meant
and
a
of
lot
course, every
if you see this
movement,
movie.
every act that we
And
make
I
in
think
life
with
teaches us
every
something.
normal,
So
sane
it
person, with
should
every
be
passionate,
positive,
sensitive
not
person,
something to be
this
avoided
dialogue,
and
this word
to be
counts.
kept in mind for the
And
sake
yes,
of
the people who
losing our
left leave
temper,
us, the
our
people who are no more with
motivational
us,
spirit,
and our
and to
beloved ones
make
always
us
stay in our
feel
hearts, our
like low
souls, our
spirited.
minds,
Thank you.
and we can never vanish their or erase their memories, and we should never do that. It's the actual crux of the whole beautiful relationships. Yeah, with this note, I'll end my humble review. Comment if you like. If you have seen this movie, just don't stop telling me about how you felt and how you feel. And if you haven't watched it by the time, just watch it from any platform and see the beauty of and the art of real cinema, the drama movies, and movies which are close to human nature, psychology, and in fact with which is the real and which touches the reality and the life of human beings, not the bigger supernatural things, yes, or the out of reality, the dumb things. If you want a real watch a real cinema, a beautiful cinema, then it's a must watch movie. Don't move and don't stop watching, and keep on liking. Subscribe this channel if you like, share and comment please. Thank you.